train, trying to break chains. Everybody needs somebody, no doubt. Sugar, just step into your sneakers and step behind the speakers. Your heart will keep me beating and make me a believer. Don't you want me? Don't you want me? I need some mercy on my soul right now. Give me what you got.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. It's a fresh start throughout the league here in Week 1 as these two teams have high hopes for the season ahead. It's the Seahawks going up against the Bills. With that, let's call in our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis, with this opening week matchup.
All right, Larry, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Seattle Seahawks and the Buffalo Bills. Hello, everybody. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you take a look at the Bills entering play here. An early season tilt. And when it's an early season tilt, should be ready to roll.
Well, let's face it, the aches and pains haven't really set in yet. And both teams eyeing a really good start to get things going.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Seahawks. And I don't think from what we saw down on the field before the game, there's any doubt they're ready to roll.
They pass the eye test, don't they? This team looks fired up and ready to play.
Here's Cairo Santos now, ready to get this one started. The ball on the tee, we're set for football. Here comes Montgomery now to return it. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. They're led onto the field by their quarterback, a man who's made quite the name for himself in the NFL, and that's Russell Wilson.
And when I think of Russell Wilson, I think not just of the big plays that he's made, and those are considerable, but when they were made. 4th and 26 in a Big Ten championship game against Michigan State when he was with Wisconsin. A big completion helped lead his team to a victory. A big 4th down throw for a touchdown in an NFC championship game against the San Francisco 49ers. When the chips are down, this guy plays at a big level.
Now a play fake here on first down. And his first look is incomplete. The starters for the Seahawks of Seattle on the offensive side. Charles, they could use a big game from Thomas Rawls.
And they really loved what they got out of him last year because an undrafted player is not supposed to give you nearly 6 yards a carry in production. And that's exactly what he did. They need a big game out of him, and they expect it.
And on 2nd and 10 now. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. 19. And the D-line pinching together, must be expecting the run. Drops it underneath for Rawls. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 7 yards on the play, and it'll be 3rd down.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
The Seahawks send out their punter. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. So here come the Bills on offense for the first time. They'll be led out by one of the more mobile quarterbacks in the NFL. It's Tyrod Taylor.
There's so many attributes to Tyrod Taylor's game that we like. The mobility, a good, accurate arm, really has a good presence on the field. But one of the things that we really need to focus in on, his grit, his tenacity. He wasn't supposed to be the starter for the Buffalo Bills. He went out and earned that job with a stellar preseason.
Throwing now, Taylor on first down. Got an open man, it's a noon one. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. And this time they go underneath for a simple pitch and catch.
And not only do you get the pitch and catch, Brandon, but you're able to keep the receiver moving when you hit him with the drag route.
Let's go! First round! Ohio!
On second down, Taylor. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. A big gain there for the Bills. 39 yards.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this, but run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
And now a first down following that long gain. Now a handoff here to his running back. He'll get it to the 23-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here.
Flex round! Here we go! What? 90!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain here down to the 22. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short.
A nickel look by Seattle on 3rd down.
Yep, 5 defensive backs now. And they'll go on the ground. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
From the red zone now, here's Taylor on first down. And finding the tight end, Hooper. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice 2nd down for them.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Let's go! What? 90! What? Ohio! Flex round!
They'll need to get the play off quickly. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. Defensively, the tackle by Cam Chancellor. The Seahawks, here's their defensive lineup.
Michael Bennett is one of the best pass-rushing defensive linemen in the game. Normally plays defensive end, but when they go to those nickel packages and he works inside, look out, offensive guards. You've got a problem.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard.
Ohio! Come on, let's go! What? 90!
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Now, that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork and handle it a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
From the gun, it's Taylor. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Play clock winding down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. A great play there. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Bills have taken the early lead. And a nice little start to the career for the rookie here, hitting the end zone in week 1 of his career.
And that's a true welcome to the NFL moment, isn't it? The one that you actually like. A lot of times it's that big hit from a linebacker that says, all right, Rook, here you are. But when you're able to put it in the end zone and feel that sense of accomplishment, that usually fuels you towards doing it many more times in your career.
And his kick is right through. A 10-play drive that time, and it culminates in a Bills touchdown. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. He's got a man. It's his fullback. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and short.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks, but it doesn't matter what you call the position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
Fights off another.
I think the second tackler would have learned from the first.
So 1 quarter in the books on NFL kickoff weekend. 7-0 is our score. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a first down. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. From midfield now, here's Wilson. Complete outright to Kurz. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
So they complete the pass, and now they face a 2nd down. Now Wilson on 2nd down. This complete to Lockett. Still fighting. And he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Well, we saw the practice film this week. They wanted to focus on these intermediate passing plays, and it paid off there.
And they took that focus not just to the practice field, but in the film room to show the guys exactly what they wanted, what types of looks they should expect to get, and how they would beat those coverages each and every time, and it paid off on that play.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Finding time. Look at the time. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Ten yards still left on 2nd down. Shift together here from the D-line. On 2nd down, Rawls. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Partner, we're into the second quarter, and I guess you can kind of look at it both ways. The offense, they've got to figure out what they're going to do because they haven't scored any points. But if you're the defense, you're feeling great about what you got going on. The only concern you have, if you get to the half, what adjustments will the offense make to try to defeat you?
On third down, Wilson. He's got time. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. The Seahawks send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. And our attention shifts here to the Seahawks defense. And despite being down on the scoreboard, this unit, they've had some big-time hits.
Sort of like us at practice the other day. I saw you take a running start at that blocking sled. You took it down.
Bounced off like a rubber band.
No, not at all, but you're exactly right. They are doing their job, but they want to add takeaways to it. You need to have more of those to go along with the big hits we're seeing.
By the way, when I tried that and I bounced back, I noticed that you laughed with everyone else. You didn't try to get in my corner.
No. Someone had just told me a joke on the other side.
Right,
I missed that. Totally missed it.
Here we go. What?
Throwing now, Taylor on first down. Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got him. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 12. And it's first down, Buffalo.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
So here we go, first and 10 now.
Ohio, here we go. Grand 38.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice gain.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground.
Here we go. Flex round.
From the shotgun, it's Taylor. Over the middle, he's got Watkins. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Partner, nothing complicated here. This is just a pretty simple drag route.
You're exactly right, Brandon. Instead of throwing it downfield, they just throw it underneath and let the receiver do the work.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground.
Ohio. Let's go.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a third down.
One of the toughest things for an offensive lineman to learn is the ability to get in space and hit people who are moving targets. And linebackers are not easy ones to hit because they know how to move, juke, and make you miss. And that's exactly what he did on that play. A nice play for the defense.
From the gun on third down, it's Taylor. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. And the 2-minute warning lurking. This will probably be the last play before we hit it.
Yeah, they want to get themselves in position to score in this last shot before the clock hits.
They'll throw on first down with Taylor. And he delivers a strike complete to Watkins. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. So a minute 56 to play in this first half. Back to Buffalo after this. A A reminder coming up at this and every halftime this season, we'll be checking in with Larry Ridley in Orlando for highlights and analysis of our first half.
LR, that's my man.
That's your guy. Now it's Taylor. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
This offense is in rhythm now, just accumulating first downs and moving the ball downfield.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group.
Flex round! Flex round! Here we go! 190!
To throw again is Taylor. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
There are a good number of coaches at any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down. They come up in an offset eye. Now they'll run it on the toss. And able to work his way down to the 16. 9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turn around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Let's go! Brad 38!
Now Taylor on first down. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely. He's got size, the hands.
Speed. Can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. On second down, Taylor. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Austin Hooper as the first half is winding down. And the Bills will extend their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
And it's good to make it 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. They start on the ground with Rawls. Room here to run. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On first down, Wilson. He's got time in the pocket. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Looking for Baldwin, intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action.
Thanks, Brandon. I'm Larry Ridley, and welcome to our EA Halftime Report. The Bills are happy to be sitting in the locker room with a lead. The Seahawks didn't play their best, and they'll need to be at their best now to come back. So here we go. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Bills on offense early in the first. Quick pass, and Sammy Watkins comes up with the catch. And he'll eventually be brought down, but not before getting to the 32-yard line. Sticking with the same drive, they'll go to the ground and pound here, and he capped off the long drive with the TD as they put the first points on the board. Late in the second, Hooper is found coming across the middle, and he capped off the long drive with a touchdown. That puts them up by 2 touchdowns.
All right, Larry, these two teams back out there as we get set and ready for this second half. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down in those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
On first and 10, it's Taylor. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
It looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
Second down following the incompletion. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Again, now it's Taylor on second and 10. This is complete to Watkins on the slant. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
He won't go down. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. And give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
Well, that's the desired outcome coming out here in the second half of being able to run the football and establish a little bit of pace and maybe even a bit of dominance at the line of scrimmage. And they want that to continue. Way too early to think about this being ball control time. But the way they're running it, you got to think they may want to continue that and see if they can go ahead and grind their opponents into submission.
On first down, it's Taylor. And finding the tight end, Hooper. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Here we go. Ryan 38.
In motion is Austin Hooper. Now Taylor to throw on second down. He rifles one that's intercepted. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. A great read, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage.
Through an opening, and there he goes. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A great effort there. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Not only touchdown number 2 for him, but a big run to boot. However, still trailing.
Still trailing, but not because of his efforts. But he's playing really well, and I love his long speed there, right? Able to get out there and burst all the way to the end zone, and smart enough to keep the ball in his hands and get into the end zone for the touchdown. In 2016, on all levels of football, we're seeing guys drop it before the goal line.
And oh, it's blocked. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Well, we all know the guy carrying the ball is going to get the credit, both in the stat line and probably in the newspaper. But guess what? Those guys creating holes, they couldn't feel better about themselves right now. Offensive line, tight end, probably even the wide receivers are involved. They're moving the ball well.
Off the play fake to Rawls. Wilson surveying the field. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. The intended target, Doug Baldwin, and it's 3rd and 5. Five yards to gain here on 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. He hits Baldwin right side. 8 yards there on a 1st down.
I don't care how many times you tell the story, it never loses its luster for me. Doug Baldwin, undrafted out of Stanford, and plays like a #1 receiver should in the NFL. I don't care how you cover him. I don't care that his size isn't great. He's the one that typically comes up with the football.
Absolutely. His roots go all the way back to Gulf Breeze, Florida, where he's from, right on the water near Pensacola, and then, of course, to Stanford, and, boy, he's been good. And as a first-rounder, a lot of eyes on him, a lot of expectations.
And he has to play well in his rookie year. Those days of coddling guys and bringing them along slowly, those days are long gone. When you're drafted in the 1st round, they expect you to play right away. And the community's eyes and fan base, they'll be on you the entire way.
Really, it's a solid draft class from a year ago. They were able to address some key weak spots on their team and fill in some holes.
And they were able to identify the players they wanted early in the process. Got a little bit of luck, as some guys may have fallen to them. But for the most part, knew their philosophy and stuck to it.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. They come out here in the I. 1st down, this is Rawls. As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
That was a good, strong run there. And while it won't pick up a first down, it was definitely something needed by that offense. A positive run. They got a good push by their guys up front. Maybe something they can build on as this game continues.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Complete outright to Kurtz. And he's going to be taken down, but not before reaching the 15-yard line.
Well, Coach is always...
Fresh set of downs here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3. Tackle made there by Zach Brown. See if they stay on the ground for second down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. On second down, Wilson. His pass caught at the 4. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Doug Baldwin, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks have made this a one-score game. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
This one taken just inside the 10. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And now out come the Bills. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are.
But really, that was no surprise there. They've been running it well all game, and I know goals change all the time, but any team will take that type of run each and every time.
Second down following the run.
Ohio, here we go. 190.
Here's Taylor. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Throwing now, Taylor on first down. And finding the tight end Hooper. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 13 on the pickup there. And it'll be a Buffalo first down.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah. Back now in Buffalo. It's the Bills with a lead and the football here to begin the fourth quarter. On first and 10, it's Taylor. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Really nice connection on the corner route. This is a play where the receiver wants to set up the defensive back by moving him inside and then breaking back to the corner.
Now they'll run it on the toss. He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21.
Holding offense.
So he got his hands a little too far outside. The ref caught him, threw the flag. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. To throw again is Taylor. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. It's a 14-yard pickup, but it'll still be second down.
And that's why defensive coaches preach swarming to the football. It's usually going to take more than one guy to get that big man down.
And it did right there. Multiple broken tackles, but they eventually get him down. So we've got a 2nd and 5. Now a handoff here to his running back. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
When a coaching staff sees their team run the ball this successfully in the fourth quarter, they're really excited because you can plan for a running game all you want and want to press that advantage when you get it. But for the most part, it's a little bit of a surprise. And right now, they've got to keep that going, want to continue to grind out the clock because it's definitely in their favor at this stage of the game. Can they close the game out and continue to do exactly what we just saw there, and that's run the football.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the fourth quarter trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
The Seattle offense now. Set to come back out on the field. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch it in the end zone again. They know it's not easy.
In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And the defense has got it. And this is recovered in the end zone for a touchdown. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave them a comfortable lead.
And they will line up now for the 2-point try. Taylor going to throw. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. And, boy, things switched on a dime here. The fumble recovery for the touchdown and also a 2-point try on top successful.
That feels like a momentum call. Pick it up on a fumble return, take it the other way for a touchdown. That's demoralizing for a team to have it happen against them. So the offense just says, you know something? Let's add to it. Pile on top, go for 2 now while their heads are down.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Here comes Montgomery now to return it. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. After the interception, here's Wilson. Finding time. It's caught on the left side by Kurz. So a good spin move, but not a whole lot to show after as he's taken down. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it second down. A good start there on first down. They've got to have this drive.
No doubt about it. Down a couple of scores. They have to find a way to put it in the end zone. Chunk plays, explosive plays. That will be the key to this drive.
Now Wilson on second down. It's complete to Lockett. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
And the offense lining up 1st and 10. Rawls, the lone man in the backfield. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. It's caught. Lockett. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll make it second down. 5 yards left for the offense. It's second down. They'll come out in the pistol. To throw again is Wilson. They set up the screen to Rawls. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
He's got time. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone. He was trying to get it to Jermaine Kurz. That'll bring up second down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. And no, it's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Bills are going to get the football back. Tyrod Taylor now gears up to lead his offense again. And the stats on the screen tell the story. A great start. This defense, they made some good adjustments, so he's fallen off since.
Have to like what they did at the half, but you also have to like the fact that they hung in there. Despite the fact they had a tough first half, he was locked in, right? Rocking and rolling. They came out, made their adjustments, got their confidence back. Now they're causing them all sorts of trouble.
So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll run it now out of the gun. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They'll run it now out of the gun. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside. The line to gain is the 33 on third down. From the gun, it's Taylor. And it's complete. Hooper. And he's going to get this one down right to the edge of the red zone of the chalk of the 20. And a nice pitch and catch to pick up the reception against man coverage.
Both of them read how much yardage they needed, figured what they had to do, and were able to beat the man coverage for the completion.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. They come out here in the eye. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And it's a fumble. And I think the offense got it back. They did. Inside the 10-yard line, they avoid disaster.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Two receivers left, one to the right. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, we look at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They come up in an offset eye. 2nd and goal from the 1. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Holding offense.
And that right there will set him back a bit on the offensive holding penalty.
And you know who you want to pressure after a penalty like that? The guy who just committed the foul. You want to see if he's going to keep his head down or if he's going to get his head right back into the game. I'd send a blitz at him right away and see if he holds up.
Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, little insult to injury here late in the game. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for Buffalo, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Seattle, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Bills are victorious as we say so long from Buffalo.